Hey y'all, my name is Bob. This channel is Brandy with Bob. So get a beverage of your choice, whatever kind you like, and sit down. We'll talk a little bit about a few things. On this channel, I might talk about just about anything. Um, Today, I'm going to give you my thoughts, a little review of a magazine that I got a free sample in the mail. That magazine is New Scientist, and I had never seen this before. And I'm interested in science, a lot of different science things, and I have somewhat of a layman's uh, opinion of most of these things. And I think most of the people that watch this probably are laymen themselves, and laymen being people who don't know a hell of a lot about it, any particular subject. So, yeah, but it's the people who don't know anything about this stuff are the ones who decide politically who or what direction we go in. And this is important stuff. Anyway, I thought that for today's video, I'd just give you a little review, some of my thoughts of this little sample that I received. I don't intend to review any of the articles in here right now. This is more a review of the magazine itself. Again, New Scientists. Oops, go this way. There you go. And it has some interesting things. The cover is the longevity diet, and they talk about what you eat can make you live longer. I have my own opinions about that, but some of the other things you see in here, geoengineering the seas could be catastrophic for marine life. That's most definitely true. We have why is cancer rising in younger people? And that's a good question. I think our environment has a lot to do with it, but I also think attitude has a lot to do with it. But we'll get into more of that one of these days when I talk more about those kind of things. Evidence is growing for the axion. I really do like physics, quantum mechanics, and things like that, and I have read considerable on those things. I'm, once again, by no means an expert, but I'm sure we will talk about those kind of things as we go along. It says axions represent one of the simplest extensions to the standard model of particle physics. And I've skimmed this a little bit, skimmed this a little bit, and I know that they're looking at the axion to solve the riddle of dark matter. That might be interesting. Overcoming your inner goblin. A rise in antisocial behavior indicates COVID-19 lockdowns disrupted our cultural evolution. Duh. Yeah, I believe so. Here's a columnist says a 2021 paper got physicists discussing whether the boundaries we imagine for Newtonian physics are simply failures of imagination. Yeah, I can go along with that. That's probably true. I think science right these days lacks a lot in the way of imagination. And again, we won't get into that. We're talking about this magazine. And anyway, I thought this was interesting enough. I had my concerns when I first see it. These days, anytime you see scientists and you think of the the public mantra or mainstream media mantra out there of follow the science, and that throws up a little bit of red flag for me. I worry about this following the science, because science isn't really something that you follow. Science is something you do to discover things. And anyway, I thought this was interesting enough, and it didn't seem too terribly woke. So I went to their website and looked up their website and tried to read a few of the articles on the website, and I found that you have to subscribe. So they have a little trial subscription, and so I'm gonna move you over to so I can show you the website, and there you go. This is what the website looks like right now. I guess this is a weekly magazine, but anyway, I was interested enough that I went ahead and did a little trial subscription. The question is, if I don't like it, how hard it's going to be to cancel that trial subscription. You always worry about that because they make it really easy to subscribe to things, but really hard to unsubscribe. But right now, this title, Rethinking Reality, is the entire universe a single quantum object? I'll be interested to read that. That's it may be. Sometimes maybe the universe needs to be taken as a single piece, but that could also be thought of as everything in reality is part of one thing. We are all just one thing. Like I said, I'm not going to get into stuff today. We're just talking about this magazine. Other areas that they cover: the record for the hottest day ever recorded on Earth is broken twice in a row. I looked at this and trying to bring it up here. So on July 3rd and July 4th, which of 2023, which as I'm recording this was yesterday and the day before, it says the average global air temperature recorded 2 meters above the Earth's surface. I'd like to know how you record 2 meters above the Earth's surface and average, and they never explain how these readings are taken. I suppose you could find out. And anyway, that's the two hottest days ever recorded since they started recording the temperatures. And I'm sure somewhere along the line we'll get into this global warming issue or climate change. I think there's no doubt that the environment is warming. And well, anyway, we'll get into that later sometime. I have a lot of opinions about that. Anyway, so they're covering that, and it seemed like a fairly balanced article. Loss of large animals in Europe is entirely due to people, not climate. Yeah, people really took over Europe many, many, many years ago, and they probably did eat up all the animals. That's what people do. We eat everything. There's some other things here. Men and women's hands can be distinguished just from their scent. That can go against some of today's wokeness. Should all mathematical proofs be checked by computer? That kind of depends. Computers are only as good as the people who program them. And even with AI, the artificial intelligence is going to be only as good as the people who program it, i.e. teach it. And that's true about our youth and our education these days. They're only as good as the people who are teaching it and teaching them, and I can't say a whole lot about how good they are. Let's see. Ancient Scandinavians wrote encrypted messages in runes 1,500 years ago. Might be interesting. How do captive animals really feel, and can we make them happier? That may be a little bit woke. I don't know. I'm sure they have feelings, and I'm sure I wouldn't want to be captive. Let's see, Utopia. Ancient discoveries that point to the ideal human society. Well, if I'll have to read that. And what if that is that could go woke. It could go either way. But I got a feeling that they're going to find the ideal human society to be socialistic or communistic or something of that nature. But we'll give them the benefit of the doubt for now until we read the article. The society is proving that inequality and patriarchy aren't inevitable. That sounds good. Yeah, a lot of the things like CRT is teaching these days, and more of the, I keep using the term woke, but I think you know what I mean. They're teaching that it's inevitable, there's no way around it. Again, we'll have more opinions on that some other time. Quantum computers could slash the energy use of cryptocurrencies? Maybe. I know mining cryptocurrency is very energy usage. So anyway, not to make this video too long and to stay on the subject, I think this is a pretty good little magazine. And I think I thought good enough of it that I did their trial subscription, and we'll see how it goes. I'll enjoy reading it. I have other magazines that I subscribe to that I'll probably be doing some reviews, if not of the magazine, of different articles that I read. There's a lot of reaction videos on YouTube for music. And in fact, I'm hooked on that sort of thing. I have a real addiction to reaction videos for the band Nightwish. And it's a guilty pleasure of mine. But anyway, hopefully in the future we'll be talking about more of this type of stuff. And we'll see what we can do about talking about more topics and subjects, articles I read, and many other things. If you have any comments, they're appreciated. Any subjects you think you'd like me to cover, I'd be happy to do so. And sorry, need a little whistle there. Didn't work. Anyway, let's. This might be getting a little bit long, and so I think we'll just cut it short right here, and say goodbye to y'all. If you like this or want to see more, please like and subscribe, and tune in again. I appreciate it. Thank you.